I went on a little trip.
I'm trying to get you. I got buy blocked, and now there's a spitter. We gotta quit it, boys. She's like, you're gonna be fine, come on.
Dies.
You know what, Vulcan, here. Come here.
Yes.
You need this more than me. Did you just hit me with a frying pan? What a nostalgic feeling, getting my ass beat by a valley girl. Why do why do I feel slightly aroused by this sensation?
Why am I used to this sensation?
Oh, never mind. She's got a mommy complex.
Oh no.
That's the nostalgia.
Oh no.
One day I will just flip, like I'll just lose it. We were talking about that today, actually, where I work, and I'm the only person who hasn't like yelled at somebody or like cussed them out or something. But everybody's just like, the day I do is gonna be like, nobody's gonna want to be near me, because I don't even want to be near me.
Frog's gonna snap, and everyone's gonna know he does when you hear this. He's gonna take the frying pan to somebody.
I will find the cast iron.
Pan heard across the world.
You guys will one day just feel a slight reverberation and maybe just the faintest sound of a cast iron hitting somebody.
Yeah,
and you'll be like, today's the day.
Off in the distance. Or it's gonna be like that one bit in SpongeBob. You're gonna hit someone with a pan. All of a sudden, I'm gonna be at work. It's like, Hawk, what's wrong? I don't know. I felt a disturbance. I need to go. What, now? Yes, I get in my car and I drive to Frog's restaurant.
Meanwhile, the entire police force and 3 ambulances.
I drive into the back. You're like looking for a way out, and I give the secret honk.
Yeah, that's the secret. There is no back way out. I gotta go through the where the bathroom is. I just go through the bathroom, right? So where the bathroom is, there's just like this opening at the top, right? I think I can fit through that if I can just climb up there and not cut myself. So like maybe if you have a sunroof.
I don't.
It might be a little bit harder, but I might be able to somehow just dive into the back seat, right? Like, hey guys, I gotta go use the bathroom. Just dive into your back seat.
Oh no, here's what we're gonna do, because we're already breaking the law. I'm gonna drive over to your state, I'm gonna rent a convertible, and then you can just jump in through there.
You know what? Yeah, I like that idea. Look.
They can't run, they won't be able to run my plates. I mean, they'll be able to trace the fact that I bought a rental car, but...
Who cares?
It's fine, it's just the CIA. Look, as long as we can get across seas before they find us, we're good.
Just gotta get up to the Canadian border.
Or yeah, just make it cross country. I'd rather go to Mexico, it'd be harder to find us.
Yeah. What's in Mexico, Frog? Mexicans.
Exactly. And then we'll head down to Central America or something. Sounds cool.
I can't kill the.
Oh my god, I'm live. What is there to say other than I haven't streamed in a week? Well, I was going to stream last night, but as soon as I sat down at my computer, I thought, man, my eyes are kind of dry. I'm just gonna close them for a second. And then next thing you know, it was 10 o'clock at night. Let's see, what else? So today we're playing another weird game because I just like weird, grimdark games, apparently. Because the options for today were either Torment Planescape, Divinity Original Sin 1, I might still do that one for like an RPG day. And this game, which is called For Mother Matron. It's a very... I think it's a visual novel. It's got a lot of weird, gross body horror, which is cool. And I think just schedule-wise, what I'm going to end up doing is probably some weird or dark-esque horror gothic kind of game. An RPG, just because I love RPGs. And I'm drawing a blank on what the third thing was. I think that just might be like a free day or something, just where I just pick something at random. Of course, Torment Planescape could fall in those two categories, but I only want to do like one long-ish game at a time, which is why I'm kind of trepidatious to start playing a Divinity game, or pick a CRPG, to be honest, because I do not have a long attention span when it comes to video games. My attention switches like crazy. So, let me turn that down just a bit more. Oh yeah, let me know what you like about this black and white. I mean, I just turned the saturation down to 0, but it kind of sets the mood for like horror days. Oh wait, I'm gonna eventually learn to start doing this, but where is my... I could have sworn I put an avatar on here, but I guess not. That's fine. Probably play for like till 10 o'clock, because 2 hours is like a real good time, especially when you start out. But I'm gonna shill a buddy of mine, Doomakins. He's always in the chat. He's like the only person in the chat, and he's gonna be playing some D&D with some buddies. At least I think he's gonna be streaming it. So I gotta be there for the homies, you know? Other than that, I don't think there's really anything else to say. Other than pretty much just probably whatever the schedule for the YouTube channel is gonna be, is just whatever days I stream, I'll put that up within like the first few days after I'm done streaming. On Mondays, I do release the next episode of our Rise of the Rune Lords. It's getting pretty spicy. I mean, not spicy like chaotic corny. It's starting to get exciting. It's a lot less dungeon crawly than it started out as, but we did get majorly sidetracked. You'll have to just see that when we do. I do them like maybe 2 weeks in advance, just so I have backup, so you're not like missing a week if we don't play. Which that kind of hiatus did kind of help that, but... And then whatever highlights I'll probably put up there. I don't know about YouTube stuff. Just like doing like YouTube exclusive content. I originally thought that, but I don't know, it just has a different vibe to it. As opposed to just live streaming and whoever just shows up, shows up. I mean, it can just evolve to, oh, I can just edit this out. Because I've learned it's very hard to just make yourself entertaining. But if there's someone I can bounce off of, like the chat or a buddy, I can carry a conversation. But I guess at this point I'm just kind of rambling. I am going to test notifications, because it was such a nightmare trying to get try to get sound alerts to work. Oh my god, it was such a pain in the ass. Give me 1 second. Okay, nice. Those work. Awesome. Oh, one more thing. Is another game I might have on the docket. Is I think it's called Fell Seal. I'll have to look back because I always confuse it with Fell Arcs or whatever it's called. Which is the dungeon crawler game. It's pretty much like Final Fantasy Tactics or Triangle Strategy if you ever play those like turn-based strategy games. Like grid turn-based strategy games. But the beauty of that game is that I'm drawing a blank so much. Oh my god. Is every character except maybe like a handful of like story-based characters are fully customizable. They don't have like any dialogue or anything. But that would be a cool thing to do to get followers. Kind of like how in a Pokemon game is like, oh, if you're a sub, then you can choose what I can name the Pokemon after you. But it's Soldiers of War, which is more badass. But enough rambling. I think it's time we get to the game. Already a great start, don't you think? Okay, turn that off. Hopefully this is going to go well. I should probably check the settings just to be safe. For the most part, this is probably good. I'm gonna check myself again, so if you hear my phone, apologize. I have one monitor on everything. I'm running a potato, basically. Okay. Maybe turn the volume up a smidgen. As much as that scares me. Yeah, I don't know why, I've just been in a huge, like, kind of like dark kick of, like, what is it? Torment Planescape, I mentioned that one. Obviously a game like this. I really want to play Vampire the Masquerade on stream, but that game is a dumpster fire by basis. And it's so difficult to like capture on OBS. I already read that. The worst thing is that they're going to describe childbirth in this game, and then obviously some shock imagery. But this is a category on Twitch, so we should be good. The pessimist's credo, or one of them, is that non-existence never hurt anyone, and existence hurts everyone. Thomas Ligotti. Conspiracy against the human race. Contrivance of horror. But consciousness swirls in an inky black river of nothing. Feels familiar. I've been here before. Every time I'm here, I always think it's going to last forever. Oh, I just realized. And yet, I should probably unmute myself in Discord in case some homies want to show up. There we go. And yet, wakefulness. Somehow my consciousness stirs. Where am I? I feel so strange. I feel so funky. Deeply numb and lost, almost. I rack my brain trying to make sense of things. Questions that should have obvious answers come to me. Questions such as, where am I? Who am I? What has happened to me? What do I know? This is not my beautiful house, and this is not my beautiful wife. I know I exist. Do you? I know I breathe. I know this room is disgustingly warm despite its cold, cold walls. I know that horrible wet sound is driving me mad. I know red blood flows through my veins. I know my heart pumps that blood beat by beat. I know the inside of my stomach bubbles and burns with acid. I know my bladder feels like it's almost about to burst, filled with okay. Well, we're like 2 minutes in and we're already on the urine. We're not doing pee bit. No potty bits. I know my intestines pile shit through over a meter of contracting meat tubes coiled in my belly. But not much else. I don't understand what distinguishes me from any other sack of meat. I rack my brain. I reach back as far as my mental arm can reach, underneath the old shelf full of baggage that wreathes unpleasantly and glares at me, despite having no eyes that I can perceive. The weight of the shelf is crushing my arm. The act of recalling is, in itself, painful. It would be easy to just leave it all there. In the dark, where it might be forgotten forever. Just like most of the people that were sent down here in those hopeless tunnels. Wait, so that's the thing you remember then? To the place I lost myself and everything. But no, I won't forget. I have to remember. No one else will. I reach back further. The weight of a sharp corner starts to scrape layers of skin as I reach further in. Finally, my mental hand clasps around something, a small and soft object that compresses under my finger. I'm not crazy, right? That says mental hand. Or are they getting like really colorful with their language right now? I pull my arm out underneath the shelf. A sharp corners gouge. No, they straight up said mental arm, but it's their physical arm. A crimson river runs rapid and splashes onto the floor. Except, how? My arms never moved. Not even bleed. What? I felt it though. I felt my skin shredding. I heard the sound. I can even still feel the object between my fingertips. What am I holding? Why, it was just what I was looking for. It's a memory. It's small and hovers like faint smoke in the air, but it's a start. A pathway to more. Yes, I'm starting to remember now. Lizzie, that's it. That's my name. My name is Lizzie. It's nice to meet you. That's only a start of the breadcrumb trail, though. I have to follow it. It's easier to live through a memory when you can share it with someone. You'll listen, won't you? You'll hear me retrace my steps? Good, good. Oh, but where to begin? Where should the dark fade? Where should I...
Wake up!
Oh, thank God some of this is voiced. Huh?
Finally. Jeez. You were out cold, Liz.
God, I hope you can hear that. What? I was covered in sweat, my eyes darting around like flies trying to figure out my surroundings. I was in a hangover of a deep sleep that clung to me like glue. In front of me is a blurry shape of a person. Boy? Young man? Male, at least. He's staring at me with concern and frustration. Where am I? Who are you? He frowns at me.
You really were out there to the world, huh?
Who are you? He frowns at me. Okay, yeah, you can hear that fairly well, I think.
You're at the workshop, Lizzie. In Pack Rat, where you work. And I'm technically your boss, though I like to think we're all on the same team here. My name is Fred.
Hi, Fred.
Starting to ring any bells yet?
Just bad early YouTube. Oh, right. And, what do I do, exactly? Looking at him now, Fred gives me the impression of a chubby bear. His face almost has a snout. His nose twitches back and forth when he's not talking. Maybe it's the dust irritating his nostrils. He pinches the bridge of his nose and closes his eyes.
Please tell me you're kidding.
Suppose even with no memory, it's not that hard to deduce. There's sewing machines throughout the room and I'm seated at one. Clearly I sew. I think I may even have sewn the sweater I'm wearing. I must be good at it too. It's soft and comfy. Yay! Then again, I can see little scars speckled on my fingers. Are these scars of experience or scars of clumsiness? I'd say it's the former. I let out a little chuckle and smile. Yeah, I am. How'd you go in there, huh? In truth, I was only half kidding, but I assumed/hoped I'd start remembering the other parts once I woke up more. Red didn't find the joke quite as funny.
You people sometimes.
What do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people?
Tell you what, Lizzie. You're clearly running low on steam. I really shouldn't do this, but you need the rest. The Mother Matron won't appreciate your slacking. Perhaps you can make it up in the coming weeks.
Huh?
Go home, get some sleep. Maybe stop by Spruce's clinic too. Get a checkup. You have 2 days off, max.
That was easy. Okay. I'll go home. Except... where is home? Wake up, me. I sat there for a moment, trying to remember where to go. Oh, the visions are happening again.
Lizzie, go!
I didn't take my meds today. Yes, sir. This is clearly a Photoshopped stock image. I can't blame them. I'm doing the exact same thing with my overlays. Warily, I stumble out of the workshop. I feel exhausted in my bones, aches and throbbing pain deeply seated into my flesh. There's a dreamlike haze resting on the world around me. It feels unfamiliar. Clearly, this is a place I know. This is apparently where I work. And yet, I have no idea where I am. I rack my brain and I pat my pockets hoping to find a clue. Fortunately for me, there is. A small notebook. I open it and thumb through. Bits and pieces are starting to come back to me as my eyes scan the scattered diary entries, notes, and doodles. I finally find the most helpful page. Right, I remember now. Insert Queensryche reference. Alright, let's see here. Matron's Plaza, Tower, Bricktown, Junks, Market, I'm gonna assume Pack Rat's the medic, the doctor. Shipyard. My house is in the shipyard. Forgot. Spruce. Friend shed. Stay away. Why is it called the friend shed? The boss was correct. I was in Pack Rat right now. Named so because how densely filled the area is. Every building here is some kind of workshop or storage zone. Some places here are packed so full they barely walk around them. Well, fortunately, the place I worked was roomier. More broadly speaking, I'm in the boarding, the town, city I call home. A secluded place enclosed in makeshift walls made of whatever was available. Scrap metal, old furniture, repurposed rubble. Outside the walls is an endless miasma of fog that obscures things. No one's really seen what's out there, and anyone that's attempted to explore the mists have never returned. I had to describe this place. I guess I'd say it's like a half-empty glass filled with dirty water. Glass is fragile, too. Does that make any sense? I mean, as an Ohioan, yes, that makes perfect sense. Oh, it does to me anyways. More importantly than metaphors, though, I know where home is now. And I could feel it deep in my bones that I needed to sleep. Though, the detail on the map leaves something to be desired. Thanks, past me. You're welcome. What the? I'll figure it out. My memory's just hazy from being so tired. And so, I pick a direction and start walking. The winding streets don't make much sense to me, but I follow them all the same. I'm alone, but muffled voices keep me company. Sometimes muffled sobs, too. I try not to focus much on them. I think I used to in the past, but my heart couldn't take it. Nothing I could do, even if I wanted anyways. Everyone's got something to do for the collective. Everyone's got their jobs. I have mine. Whatever the Mother Matron needs of us. My shoes are old and worn, only offering a meek defense against the hard asphalt streets. They fit well though, and the ground is dry today. They get the job done. You're like everyone here in a lot of ways. Doesn't matter how weathered you are, the fact you're still together means something in you is strong enough to keep you together. May your spirit grow like the calluses on working hands, or on the soles of your feet, so the Mother Matron says. In other words, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You grow through adversity, and by the end of everything, you're the best person you can be. Even all the hard parts of your life a kind of silver lining, or at least that's what I take from it. Squeak! Huh? My thoughts are interrupted by a lump beneath my shoe, and the panicked yelp of a small rodent. I lift my foot and the thing scurries back underneath the grate beneath my feet. Oh. There below the street is a tunnel full of thousands and thousands of rats scurrying for dear life through endless canals. I doubt the poor things even know where they're going. The one I stepped on somehow managed to climb its way up out of the grating, only for my clumsiness to scare it back where it came from. I feel kind of awful inside for that. Throughout the boarding is a network of tunnels designed to funnel the endless swarm of rats underneath our feet. Oh my god, it's a plague's tale. No one knows where the little critters all come from, but they flow like water beneath the streets. Oh god. Thousands upon thousands of rats compacted against each other, covered in filth and God knows what else. Waste matter clumped in their fur. Oh god, this is gonna be a Snowpiercer situation, isn't it? We're eating rats. Well, no, because Demolition Man proved that rat burger may not be bad. Now, as long as you get rid of the disease part. Yeah, I called it! Our primary source of protein. Some kids have to fish for rats, sorting through ones that are too sick or diseased to eat, and ones healthy enough for consumption. The yield is never particularly high, and the rats never particularly taste good unless you know how to prepare them. Rat burgers. The one I stepped on had to have been rather spry, poor thing. I can only hope that maybe my unintentional intervention gave it more time before some kid impaled it on a stick and roasted it. Blech. I don't want to think about this anymore. God, I hope those dogs aren't showing up in the recording. I decided to keep walking to Spruce's clinic. Hello? Spruce, you here?
Yes, yes, I'll be right there. Stitching someone up back here. Please, take a seat.
I do have a save just because I kind of wanted to test it out. Okay, I'm gonna turn everything up a little bit, especially the voices. Because I feel like that was the voice of who voiced Ashley from Mass Effect. It'd be an odd one, though. Considering how obscure this game is. I sit down on a stiff chair with minimal padding. It makes my tailbone ache, but I endure it. Spruce is known as the resident healer of the boarding. She taught herself by reading pharmaceutical and medical books she found in the library, as well as through experimentation. What kind of experimentation? Look, I've played Bloodborne. They're like, oh, I'm a doctor. Bring people here and I'll help them. Next thing you know, Lovecraftian alien fetuses everywhere. This isn't to say there aren't others that tried their hand at medicine, but to put it simply, none are as good as Spruce. If she can't fix you up, you're out of luck. She walks in the room.
Ah, Lizzie. Been a while. Those are some dark bags under your eyes. Working long hours? Not sleeping lately?
Guess not. I passed out at work today. Fred told me to see you. She rolls her eyes and gives a fake laugh.
Ah, of course he would. You have to be sick. It can't be his fault at all, right? Jerkwad.
I like how my character's the only one that's like actually drawn.
Let's give you a checkup anyways. Follow me to the exam room.
I mean, okay, again, I can't blame them. This plague doctor you're seeing in the corner? Yeah, that one? That's about the extent of my drawing knowledge. I used to be able to draw when I was a teenager, but I just completely lost interest. Let's give you a checkup anyway now. Small joke, as the exam room is just across from where I'm sitting. She gestures for me to sit on the beds. After doing so, she does her usual routine. Checks my blood pressure, pulse, shines a light down my ears, nose, and mouth. Lightly strikes a mallet on my knee. I look around the room. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Noticing that it's gone under some renovations since I last visited. I'm amazed you found time to decorate the place. It's looking good.
Oh, thanks. I squeeze in a little here and there. Usually when I have to watch someone close while they sleep.
That's a creepy way of putting it. But sure.
Oh, you know what I mean. Folks in recovery. At least a few people that experience seizures. Stuff like that. Anyways, I'm proud of how it's looking. Genuinely can't believe I found that poster in such nice condition. I'm happy with how the Phoenixes turned out too.
Sorry, the what? The phoenixes? Oh. Oh, I didn't even... I was so transfixed on the adorable little fruits and vegetables. I didn't even notice the things up here. Look towards the bony fella at the side of the room. What about him? Is that a real skeleton? Spruce checks my heartbeat and my lungs using the stethoscope.
Nah, it's plastic. A patient that scavs and junks a lot gave it to me as a thank you. Trust me, if I wanted to get a real skeleton, I wouldn't have to look very hard. Really wish I had
Right.
a skull, though.
She nods and puts down the stethoscope.
Everything seems good from what I can see. But that's just what I can see. Tell me how you're doing. Anything odd lately? Odd sensations, pain, nausea, shortness of breath, stuff like that?
Well, seeing with flesh creatures again, but that's besides the point. That's just a normal occurrence. I've learned to manage that part. I'm a little sore, but I think that's just from overworking. A bit posture, being tired. Lizzie's got that gamer posture. She's a hunchback. I've also been seeing things.
Hmm? What kind of things?
Sometimes I'll be sitting there and the world suddenly shifts. Like, before my eyes, it turns into something horrible. Horrible sounds, flesh growing where it shouldn't be. Things that aren't really there. My heart starts beating really fast and I freeze, terrified. Just like that, the world's back to normal. And I'm panicking over nothing. Dreams are really strange, too. You don't believe me, do you? She shakes her head. Wasn't what she meant.
I actually do believe you. Just thinking. Wish I could say this is the first time I've heard something like that,
But
well, some of the mumblers I'm taking care of now said stuff like that. Before they turned.
okay, what do you mean by mumblers? And what do you mean they turned? Really?
Yeah. Can I trust you to keep a secret? I'm only telling you because I think it's important you know.
Oh, hey, Vulcan. What's up, man? I'm playing a fucked up video game. Let me get the thing. Oh, I've turned my stream on in Discord if you want the VIP view. Sure.
Contrary to what people think, the Crepuscule isn't the only place where mumblers are made.
The crepuscule. I have so many questions. You're kidding.
Not in the slightest. Granted, people have broken down before around the boarding. You know that. Lots of our neighbor brothers and sisters struggle with feelings of anxiety and depression. But this is
Oh,
different.
this reminds me, Vulcan, since
Mumblerism, or whatever
you've been in the
is
area,
more rare and severe.
they describe this place as a glass half empty with dirty water.
People stuck in a loop
Does that sound like Ohio?
and all they can do about it is ramble.
Just think of like Ohio on a cloudy day.
It's like a complete detachment from reality.
Can't live that carny life.
People stuck in a looping nightmare that never ends. And all they can do about it is ramble.
Oh, god damn it. Hold on. Why does it do this? Hold on. OBS is fucking up again. Okay, that's the dashboard, that's the game, that's the background music. Okay. Now to test this out.
I'm a nice man.
Okay, there we go. I had Discord muted again. Oh god. My computer did something weird. Okay, there we go. I still have no idea what that was last time we played Pathfinder. Or like disconnected and then I just couldn't hook like the Discord sound up.
God straight up told you no.
Oh yeah, by the way, you killed that one chick
As I said, it's really rare.
after you
I have
left.
a few cases out of all the
Well, I mean, I
cases
shot her in the spine.
and if the AC gave
No,
me
she
a
tried doing that thing again
sharing.
on Rob, and your autopilot immediately instructed that as martial justice.
Good.
I mean, Rob Pass is will save, but
Hawk, I might need to make you my autopilot.
I haven't gotten to study enough
I could do that.
grasp of the emerging symptoms
Because you
and
know me too
causes.
well.
And I don't want people to panic. Mumblers already don't get the best treatment.
Yeah,
than most
I
people.
feel so bad. We spent so much time questioning those people, and all we got was a guy that really didn't know much and someone that backed themselves into a corner to the point of death before asking. We had to use Speak with Dead on them.
Ugh.
Yeah, there was a sheriff's idea, by the way. I can see what you mean.
He's shady.
To be
I do
clear,
not trust that fucker.
I don't want you to jump to the conclusion that that's
Zito thinks I'm paranoid, but, you know, when the alchemist we're trying to get turns invisible, and then also has the backup plan of turning into a bird, I feel like we can't be too careful.
What's 300 times 20?
Okay, let's see.
6,000?
Yeah, it's 6,000. Because the 2 and then added 0.
You might simply
Thank
be
you.
having sleep deprivation-induced hallucinations, or maybe some gas.
It just makes total sense. Whenever I get sleep deprivation, I always see just flesh where it shouldn't be.
Dude, I've been getting a lot of night terrors recently. They're waking me up at like 3 to 5 3 to 4 in the morning.
Mhm.
I mean, I won't complain because I'm up early for work, but fuck.
I'm just getting narcolepsy. Like I said on stream earlier, I was going to stream yesterday, but after dinner I finally sat down in my chair. Like, oh, you know, my eyes are kind of dry. I should like do that blinky thing to make them all moist again. And next thing I knew, it was 10 o'clock at night.
Jesus.
Stop yourself for my sake. Is the game crashing?
I mean,
Oh, there it goes.
Shepard is just more ranked than usual. I thought it important to warn you, though. For now, I'll give you some medicine that should help with the anxiety. Stop back for regular checkups, and we can keep an eye on it. See how it develops.
Yay, my psychosis. What's gonna be in it?
It's a mixture of lavender, valerian, lemon balm, St. John's wort, and some other stuff that makes it taste good. My latest and so far most effective concoction.
I'm sorry, I thought you said you were a doctor, not a hippie. Thanks. Oh, right, their name is Spruce. I don't know what I was expecting.
Anything else worrying you today?
No, that's about it. Fred gave me a few days off to go sleep, so I'll do that once I leave.
Alright, that's good. I don't see anything else abnormal with you, so I think we're done. Oh, I'll give you some tea that you can drink that can help you fall asleep if you have trouble, just in case. While I go get stuff together for you, can you run that bucket of food over there to the shack out back?
Dude, you wanna know how straight edge I am? I was watching, I think it was that Juniper Actius VTuber, the Moth Girl.
Mhm.
And she said at one point she got hooked on melatonin gummies. And I was in the bathroom the other day and I saw them. I was like, you know, I do have some trouble sleeping sometimes. And I just looked at them and I thought about that and I was like, I can't take these. I just know.
You have
I'll
more
get
self-control than me.
I'll get addicted, man. I'm getting high off that Benadryl. That ain't my life. The Mumbler Shack.
Yeah. It's about lunchtime, and they need to eat. Would you mind?
Not at all. I want to feed the Mumblers.
There's keys hanging up by the door.
I'm 3 levels away in the battle pass from getting some some badass shit.
Battle Pass, what are you playing?
War Thunder.
Ah,
I finally finished it. Totally not because I coughed up at least $15. And at most $20. And I don't wanna finish it.
yeah.
The reward's pretty fucking neat though. Like pretty fucking nice.
They're like coming back here. It's always good to help the Mumblers, but I mean, I kind of hear them from here. It's very unsettling. Just endless word salad. If you try to parse what they're saying, you get these horrible vignettes of misery that you wish you could unhear. It can't be helped, though. And I shouldn't feel threatened, even if I do feel uncomfortable. Mumblers are harmless. I repeat that to myself as I unlock the door. Okay, good. Oh. Oh, I don't like that. That's some Vampire the Masquerade, Bacavian shit. It's a somewhat cramped but generally well-kept bunk room. Some boys are sleeping, others are sitting upright on the bed or standing near the corners. None of them notice me. They're lost in their own nightmare loops. Gosh, poor things. I really wish I knew how to help them. These people deserve better. I hate that I can actually make out what some of them say. Most of them were hand-selected by the Mother Matron to brave the horrors of the Crepuscule, a labyrinth of darkness that lies underneath our home, full of terrors that are kept at bay by a locked tunnel. No one really knows why Mother Matron sends people down there, or what they end up finding, but you can see the effect it has, at least on the ones that made it back alive. I shudder to consider what could have happened to the poor souls that didn't return. I can only hope they've passed on peacefully, and whatever ended them was swift and painless. It usually never is. I've read enough, internet, eldritch horror stories. Ponder.
Yeah.
Almost as if the end would be preferable to the mumblers go through now. They're alive, but can you call this living? It's like the Tranquil from Dragon Age. Did you ever meet the Tranquil? I know they were a bigger deal in the first game.
I got just far enough to hear the name at least 3 times.
Okay. So what the Tranquil
Or it
are
stopped working.
is, you know how mages kind of have a connection to the Fae and can turn into demons?
Yeah.
Well, the Templars found a way to completely sever that connection. 1 second, someone's at my door. Okay, I'm back. But the Tranquil is, they found a way to sever the connection between someone and the Fade. The problem is, it strips away all of your emotions. They basically magically lobotomize you.
Sounds fun. Sounds like a nice night out with the boys.
And you can never recover from it.
Just like a night with the boys.
True that. People call them waste of space. Drains on our own ever-dwindling resources. Mouths the feed that can't contribute to anything meaningful, or so people say. But they are people. They didn't choose this. To be so broken. They need help. They need love. Yada yada. Think of the children. I want people to take care of me if I ended up like this. I don't know. Maybe that line of thinking will lead us to starve to death someday. Would my morality end up... Wait, what? Oh, would my morality hold up when my body is dying from weeks of no food? Can I eat the concept of doing the right thing? I would like to think, though, that it's preferable to die because of the good things you did rather than survive because you gave up your humanity and passion. At least right now, I feel like that's the choice I would make. Well, considering the concept of this game, I have a feeling you're not going to be thinking that forever. Anyways, I've been kind of standing here holding a bucket of sandwiches and water for a while. I was lost in thought. My arm is shouting at me to give it a break. Drag the bucket in the middle of the room. Do they, come get the sandwiches and water themselves? Does Bruce feed it to them later? Question I'll seek an answer to another day. Sayonara, kiddos. Feed yourselves. Get my medicine from Spruce and on the way out of the shed and head home. I love these stock images, dude. Feeling my body already starting to power down, I walk through the door to the house, ready to throw myself on a mattress before something catches my eye and freezes me in my step. Resting on top of my bed was a paper envelope with a red wax seal emblazoned with the matron's symbol. My heart sank to the bottom of a dark canyon inside me, and bile began to bubble and churn violently in my stomach. I reached to pick up the envelope, hoping it was an illusion, a trick of the light. It wasn't. It was real. As real as can be. The letters with the wax seal were a legend amongst kids in the boarding. They say that it's the worst, most horrible piece of paper you could ever own in your entire life. I undid the seal and removed the letter inside, and unfolded it. My eyes darted back and forth scanning the page. Read as follows. Okay, okay, thank you.
Child, the very thought of you warms me so.
Do I... okay.
Seeing you and your siblings grow through the years is always my special delight. I give so much of myself every day to ensure you all remain safe and secure inside these walls. Alas, I cannot do everything on my own.
How safe and secure are we when I look at a grate and there's literally a river of rats underneath of it?
Every so often, I must rely on my children's support to do what must be done for the collective good, even if it means sending my darlings into the jaws of danger. This letter is to inform you that you have been personally selected to become a surveyor. This is a title of great honor, bestowed upon those that will brave the depths of the crepuscule for your mother Matron's pride, as well as the continued survival of the boarding. You will be paired with 2 boys named Pucks and Rich. As soon as you receive this letter, you are to meet with them, make preparations for your journey below, and visit me at my dwelling in Mother's Tower. Attempts to shirk your duty will be met with severe punishment.
Ah, so this is a quest.
I will see you soon, my dear, with all the love in the world. Your Mother Matron.
So, how can I deny this as the MILF man? And also, fun fact for everybody, in my little funny like bio thing at the bottom, I was originally also going to put the title of MILF man, but unfortunately, that didn't pass Twitch's moderation. So, you can't you can't label yourself as a MILF unless you say it's for educational purposes. Then you usually get away with that for some reason. I stare at the letter, my legs begin to wobble. My hands start tremor. Yeah, I read that right. My hands start to tremor. The letter floats to the ground, like the way they describe leaves in a book. Oh. They don't have leaves. I start breathing fast and hard. My entire body quakes. My eyes roll to the back of my skull as I pass out and collapse to the floor. I lost my memory and I'm already fucked. Oh, here I am again. Oh, I got hit with like 10 hours earlier. Did I die? Is that everything? Is that the end of my memories? Kind of abrupt to be honest.
Did you ever hear the story about the girl in the sweater? No. Of course not. It's still being written. I hear it gets downright crazy. I'm so excited.
What the? What is that thing?
What am I? What are you? What is anything?
I don't
Right.
like the wet sounds that won't go away.
Yeah. The audio is actually kind of good, and that's with the whispers too. This creature can hear my thoughts. You're, you're not gonna like what you hear.
Once, and they became tricky. I think things would have been better if they stayed as extremely virulent. It infected everything that was nothing and forced it to deal with the pain of being. Manipulative. Terrible. But enough about things.
Pardon my language, but what the fuck is this thing talking about? And why does it kind of look like me? Knowing my confusion, the creature steps around me and outside my vision. It fills with something behind me. The slurping sound grows faster. The world fades again. Oh god, I'm being pumped for resources. Oh. I wake up again, deeply confused, but awake. I sit there on the ground, frozen for a while, before reality hits me again. I stare at the painting on my wall. The Mother Matron. Out of every person here that could have been selected, she ends up picking me. My mind is back to the mumblers in Spruce's clinic. Them and the endless, groaning madness that's consumed everything about them. Entire people with dreams and personalities, erased by trauma. Why? Why me? Why? I think back to how I was supposed to work in a few days. How I was supposed to visit Spruce again to make sure I was better. To keep living longer. Sorry, Mother Matron, I got work in the morning. I can't go on your quest. No matter what I wanted to do, the decision was made for me. Mother needed me. I was not the kind of person that wanted to find out what happened when Mother's disappointed. But where to begin? After some thinking, I decided a good place to start would be by asking my neighbor sisters. There's a pair of twins named Janine and Katie. I'd like to think we were pretty good friends, and I was glad to have them as my neighbors. I approached their front stoop. Katie was reading from a book with a faded cover while her sister painted her nails with jet black nail polish.
Katie! Hey, Janine!
Lizzie, you can speak? Why the fuck have I been reading this?
Hey, Lizzie! Hey, Lizzie.
Ah, gee, I wonder which one's Katie and which one's Janine.
You seem chipper. I thought you'd be more gloomy. What do you mean? Oh, well, I saw the poster come by and drop something off at your place. They don't come by that often.
Give me 1 second. I wanna...
I'm muting your stream. It's giving me a fucking anxiety attack.
Surprise, the mailboy doesn't want to visit the shit zone.
Maybe I'll turn up the voices a little bit. Audio is the most... That's the most I get paranoid about, dude. I've lost entire, like, good bits of us playing Pathfinder, or just, like, waiting to start Pathfinder, and I really didn't realize I didn't unmute myself. I didn't explain that, did I? We saw on the map that my home is a place called the Shipyard, right? It's not exactly called. It's not actually called that. See, it's actually named after the fact that this area is where the majority of the sewage and waste is discarded. I'm sure you can guess what the actual name is knowing that. Cursing makes me feel bad though, so I call it the Shipyard instead. Absolutely cannot evade the smell here. It's awful. Sticks to everything like a film. I've gotten mostly nose blind to it at this point, fortunately, though sometimes I have to break out the perfume.
Is it one of those letters? Yeah. Red seal. Oh no. No!
Ouch. Hope you don't die. Or lose your mind.
Smell you later, Katie and Janine.
Janine!
What? Just being real. It was nice knowing you.
Don't be so insensitive! It's okay. I'm still processing things, but I'm holding it together.
I guess the
still
best
have
one
things
could.
to do before I go.
Anything we can help with?
Well,
So, this just might be my fucked up sentimentality here, but I've basically been chosen by Jesus, basically, to undergo this task. If I were to say, I don't know, rob a bank or steal a tank and run it down the main street of the city, would they arrest me? I still gotta go do the thing that Jesus sent me to do.
Jesus says, do Jesus thing.
Oh, I have options. Do you know anything about the whatever that is?
sorry. I don't think I know much more than you, I'm afraid.
Yeah, the books never really went into what's down there. Mother Matron never really talks about it other than how dangerous it is. There's not any first-hand accounts of it to go off of. The most anyone seems to know is that it's like an endless series of tunnels with dangerous creatures inside. Some people
Dude,
say
your
the
fucking
corpse
stream
flows
made me
constantly
jump when I got
shifting
shot
and
in War
morphing,
Thunder. What the fuck?
almost as if
Not even, no, sorry, I didn't even get shot. My gear just fell off because I fucking was going too fast.
Did you see the one of the stream I did last week and what Frog did?
Ugh.
So I was near the end of Tormentum, which is a game just like this, but think more of like the Obsidian City vibes. And so I was like really into it, and I was just reading about the pondering of this man at the end of his life and whether or not he thinks he did a good job or not. And then all of a sudden, at maximum volume, I just hear a man shout dicks. Because I had a sound alert of dicks. And it scared the shit out of me. Yeah. Made a good highlight.
that's just a rumor.
This also just sounds like the Crips in Bloodborne. To ask them anything. Hey yo, what's the Mother Matron like?
I thought you were a fan of hers.
Well, that's besides the point.
I mean, I look up to her and read the scriptures like most everyone else, but it's different than meeting her in person.
She nods understandingly, then shrugs.
Fair enough. Unfortunately, I've never met her, so I wouldn't know.
Katie shrugs with an apologetic expression. She also has never met her. You guys can have my stuff when I leave. Any advice?
Lucky you. I had a phase where I read nothing but books about surveyors. Just in case I ever got picked, you know.
Sure.
The Mother Matron wrote some books on them that you can find at the library. If
Ooh.
you know where to look, there's also unauthorized books about them that were put together by people who knew the surveyors before they left.
I wish I had time to go read them.
Oh, why even give me the choice?
Honestly, they're kind of dry and sad. Probably better to get the highlights from someone else.
Well, I mean, it's either read dry and sad things or be damp and sad in this hellhole. What are my
Best
options?
advice I can give you, preparation is key. Try to be ready for everything and anything. Also bring something sharp. Hope that helps.
Got it. Be the female lead in a horror movie.
Okay. Thanks.
Actually, this actually brings up a good point. Let me find the thing for the chat. Survival guide to... Probably one of my favorite things on Reddit and regarding Pathfinder. Okay, there it is. To the away screen. Oh my god. Fuck off. Okay, who's ready to read the Survival Guide to Ustalov, kids? Alrighty. Number 1. And for those that don't know, Ustalov is basically the hellhole in Pathfinder where all the werewolves, vampires, and some eldritch horrors are. If you're looking for a horror campaign, it's probably Ustalov. Number 1. Everyone you meet is probably dominated by a vampire and cannot be trusted. This includes friendly innkeepers, unfriendly sheriffs, other vampires, and your party members, and you. 2. If you think, it'll be fine, I'll just hold out till morning, you can have a bad time. Due to cloud coverage and fog, conveniently placed mountain ranges, and evil magic, it's never morning in Ustalov. Number 3. Ustalov runs off horror movie tropes. If you're a lady, project an aura of quiet strength and make sure you're able to adapt to any situation. If you're male, chances are you're probably already dead. But try to attach yourself to the obvious heroine and hope you make it out alive. Now, for either gender, whatever you do, don't sleep with anyone. I know that's hard, especially for people that play tabletop games. But you may sound like you're the plucky comic relief, which is good because those characters live longer, so there's a stark contrast to all the terror. Number 4. If a party member suggests splitting up, don't listen to them. They've been dominated by a vampire and can no longer be trusted. Alright. 5. Remember that a wooden stake to the heart kills most things, not just vampires. So it's a pretty useful tool. 6. Don't look in the mirrors. That's a vampire's favorite time to be behind people. 7. If someone can conclusively prove they aren't a vampire, they're a werewolf and can no longer be trusted. 8. Like stakes to the heart, fire kills most things. There is no such thing as too much fire. Can't make an omelet without putting a few vampire-infested villages to the torch. If anyone objects to burning down an entire village to kill one suspected vampire, they've been dominated and can no longer be trusted. Edit. Well, this got bigger than I expected. I'm glad so many people have enjoyed this. Join me next time for Varizia, aka where we're at in Rise of the Rune Lords. Gypsies have most definitely stole your children, and Numeria. What you don't know can and certainly will hurt you. I love that subreddit. It's so good. I should probably save my game. Okay. Advice, Mother. Hey yo, Katie, what you reading? I can't help my curiosity. I don't know how relevant this will be to me, but I want to know. I try to peer over her shoulder and read the book along with her, but the position is awkward. Katie can't help but notice. Katie looks up at me, smiles, and shrugs as if to say, it's nothing that interesting, but go ahead. She hands me the book, keeping her hand on the page she was on. I grab it, pointing in the same spot so she doesn't lose her place. The cover is nondescript, save for some initials on the spine. It might have had a dust jacket or something before that bore the title, but that's long gone, I'm sure. Oh god. Have a hard time following it. Lots of names I don't recognize. Something about the name Nyx and people, creatures? Hard to tell without context. They give birth to and then what? They gave birth to and then people that those children gave birth to. It's just some kind of fancy novel or something that's much relevant to my situation. Alright, I hand the book back. Yeah, where's Pucks and Rich?
Nope. Can't say I know them. Katie?
Me neither, sorry. Maybe you should ask around the market? I'm sure someone there would know. Maybe try meeting Marissa. She's a little...
Meaty Marissa.
You'd be surprised what kind of information she can dig up.
Don't recommend trying her cuts, though. Unless you've got a barf bag.
Why is she called Meaty Marissa?
Because she sells weird meat.
I love weird meat.
Oh. I thought there'd be more to it for some reason. What more do you need in a name?
Well, despite the fact that you have helped me absolutely not at all, you guys can have my stuff when I leave.
It's on the bed.
Janine!
Lighten up, I'm kidding. Kind of. Let's be real, though. Would dying really be the worst thing that could happen to you?
Oh my god, what is with you today?
Shocker, Janine thinks that death might not be the worst option.
Oh, like you and I haven't had this exact conversation before. Everyone else wants to make happy. Like the toilet bowl they live in doesn't stink of shit. Doesn't everything about this place make you feel like closing your eyes forever sometimes?
Dear Janine, you good?
Janine, what are you even saying? That we'd all be better off dead?
Kinda? Not like I'm rushing to the noose or anything, but I feel like it would be a relief.
It seems like a really sad way to look at life. Life can be hard, but there's always bright spots worth seeing. People to love. Happy moments that stay with you forever.
Katie doesn't see it, but Janine gives a, I don't want to say it, but jerking off motion while rolling her eyes.
I can't say she doesn't have a point, though. I mean, I know where things are heading. Maybe it's better I make peace with it. Don't talk like that, Lizzie. You're going to come back. I know you will. Katie, you know that no one has... It doesn't matter. You'll be the first. You'll make it back in one piece. Even if you don't believe it, I do. I believe in you, Lizzie. Katie.
Thanks, Katie.
For what it's worth, if anyone was to ever make it back, I think it would be someone like you.
Really? I mean, I'm kind of plain Jane, but
Still
sure.
got dibs on the bed, though.
Bye then, I guess.
Thank you guys for your help. I should get going.
There's a lump in my throat. I swallow and talk about it.
It was really nice knowing you guys.
Suddenly, Katie embraces me tightly. After a moment, she looks at me with twinkling, moist eyes.
Lizzie, you better come back. I'll never forgive you if you don't.
She holds me for a moment longer, banging her face in my chest. Before she can stain it with tears, she pulls back. Can't think of the right words to say, so I simply smile at her and say thank you. Janine simply gives me a sweet wave, or a gentle wave. It's subtle, but that's something she rarely does for people.
Take care, Lizzie. We'll be rooting
What the fuck
for you.
is this game?
Very depressing. I love it.
Yeah.
Just wait till you see the meat things. Bye, have fun storming the castle. You think they can do it? It'll take a miracle. The atmosphere is chaotic as people rushed in and out to buy food and other supplies with their allowance. I felt my senses bombarded by the endless chatter and the myriad of smells, many of which were quite unpleasant. And I lived near a sewer, for crying out loud. Through the crowd, I slipped to what I hoped was the west side of the market. I tried to keep my eyes above the crowd to find that mysterious, meaty Marissa character. I found her quickly, or rather, I heard her.
Fresh meat! Fresh meat! Come and get your fresh meat!
No one has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
I'm gonna have a nom-flashback, and I blame you.
Not in the mood for cheese. That excuse has more holes in it than a slice of this fine Gorgon bear.
I'm
Come
gonna kill
one, come
myself.
all. Tired of
Quiet day in the market.
Absolutely sick of fly patties? Come try the
Dude,
most unique cuts.
I played a little bit of
Flavor
the
beyond
original
comprehension.
Divinity, Original Sin, and I straight up got nom flashbacks when I entered the market.
Good. You deserve that.
Yeah. And she finds me, her eyes locking me like a
You
hawk.
there, the beautiful lady with the sweater. Come,
Oh god, she's got a
try
Karen
the
haircut.
Marissa's signature cuts.
Signature cuts, name pending. Against my better judgment, I stepped towards the stand. I'm pretty sure I found her, but I ask anyways for confirmation. Why do you talk sometimes and then you don't, Lizzie? So, you're meeting Marissa. I've been looking for you.
Ah, I see my reputation precedes me. Another eager customer looking for the most scrumptious, sumptuous, munchous meat. You won't be disappointed.
No, Oh god, that straight up looks like it's out of Tormentum. Before I say anything, the strange girl dangles a big fat slab of meat in front of my face.
Feast your eyes before you feast. Literally. Once you get a glimpse of my cups, you won't stop drooling. Don't worry, I provide free napkins.
Yo, free napkins? Hell yeah. The strange slab of flesh in front of me has a kind of marbling and grayness to it that's downright repulsive to the core. My stomach immediately twists itself in knots. What kind of meat is that?
I told you, it's the tastiest and most unique meat in the market.
Yeah, I had some unique meat at McDonald's one time, and I was on my ass for 3 days. That doesn't explain anything. No, I mean, like, where is it from?
For my supply, of course. You think I resell other people's cuts? Ha! The nerve.
What a gem of a question! Sharp as an arrow you are! But anyways... No, what I mean is, that doesn't look like rat meat, or any other kind of meat I come to think of it. It looks... strange. She puts a finger to her lips and lets out a shh.
Trade secret for investors only.
Soylent
No,
Green,
it isn't a
baby.
secret, though. How delicious it is! Read the reviews.
She thrust a long piece of paper in front of my face. Apparently it's full of real reviews by her customers, written by hand in messy script. Ma'am, these are all the same handwriting. Unique. Tastes like nothing else. Not the worst I've had. I'd describe it as edible. A journey into Flavor Town, a must taste. Eat it right now, if you can. She withdraws the review scroll.
Come on, it's only 30 Jirok. Savor the flavor. Doesn't it look succulent? Mouth-watering? Doesn't it get that stomach grumbling?
A cannibal's the most normal thing I've listened to tonight.
Sure is insistent. I asked myself morbidly, should I buy it? From here on, you may encounter situations where you have limited amount of time to make choices. To survive, you will need to act fast and think carefully. Vulcan, should I buy the meat?
Don't.
Penalty for running out of time will vary depending on the situation. In some instances, it may be inconsequential, but others, possibly not, like dodging to get your head cut off. Sometimes it may result in instant death. In other instances, Lindsay will have to rely on her gut, and she might make decisions you don't want, aka you get railroaded. Be wise, alert, and cautious. Good luck. And don't forget to save your game often. That is a good point. Absolutely not. Seriously, no.
No.
I slapped myself in the face mentally. What the hell is wrong with me? No, no, no way. I decided to move on and just get what I came there for. No thanks.
Oh, come on! Don't be a window shopper. Don't you know that's rude? Come on, I'll even let you try a bite before you buy.
The enthusiastic girl chops a small morsel off a slab and sticks it on a fork, extending it towards me. No. I don't want any. Listen, I just need some information. I really need to find someone. The girl's expression turns sour.
Some nerve you've got. You're not even a customer, and you expect me to help you.
Please, I really need your help. I'd rather not tell her, but I don't see any other way forward. I lean in close to afford myself a measure of privacy. I was selected to be a surveyor. I need to find who I was paired with.
Really now? What, and you can't just meet them at her tower? They would have got the same note too.
To be honest, I hadn't thought of that. The way Mother Matron worded it, though, we have to meet after finding each other. I don't know how literal she wants me to take it. Also, what if I end up being there by myself and she sends me down in the depths all alone? I don't really want to risk it. Please, I really need your help. I'll pay you. The girl strokes her chin.
Okay, fine. Stop giving me those sad baby rat eyes. I'll help if I can, but...
Do they not
no
have
promises,
dogs?
okay?
They don't have foliage, and they don't have anything but rats. This place is hell.
18 Drak up front.
Thank you. Here, take your money. I'm looking for two boys. One name is Pucks, and another named Rich.
Don't know a lot about pucks. Rich, though. You're in luck. Rich is a friend of mine. Well, an acquaintance. Yes. I don't know how he feels about me. I don't want to make assumptions. I like him, though. He's such a soft guy.
I really hope you mean emotionally. I can see her eyelashes flutter wistfully as she thinks about him. Suddenly, she remembers she's actively being watched by another human being.
No, I didn't mean like that. Like a friendly like. Understand? Anyways, he lives in one of those bunk houses near the west edge of Forgot. Careful, though.
Forgot.
ASCs have been swarming around there lately.
That's odd. Bunkhouses are right near the border between Forgot and Nobi. Are they encroaching on Spruce's territory?
Some major shit went down there apparently near the friend shed. Before you get too excited. No, the beast in the shed didn't prove itself real.
The friend shed is kind of a local legend. They say there was a lonely kid that used to hang out near a shed in Nobi, which was the original location for the market district before Three's company moved everything. The shed was locked up tight and no one ever had been inside of it. And yet this lonely kid one day heard a voice coming from it. Someone alive, stuck in there that just wanted to have a friend to talk to. A lonely kid spent all his time up there at the friend shed, playing and laughing and talking with the friend all day long. He'd get picked on for what appeared to others as him just talking to himself. Any attempt he made to prove that there was a voice in the shed ended in failure, with the voice remaining silent when anyone else was around. Kid didn't need to be believed though. He had the friend he wanted. And then apparently the shed got unlocked. Kid went inside and was never heard from again. It's worth noting that if the shed did unlock, it was locked very soon after, and it's still boarded up tight. I'm sure the kid was real. Urban legends have a small nugget of truth in them somewhere. However, I think what really happened to him was that a troop of the AC gang might have simply killed him while trying to rob him. They hid the body, and since the kid didn't have many friends, no one looked. No one tried to find where he was buried, and so his fate instead became part of the tapestry of a legend. Kinda sad in a way.
Some dudes got killed, They were an isolated patrol hanging around up there and they got killed. They don't know who was responsible, but they suspect the killer is hiding out in Forgot. Spruce gave him special permission to do searches in limited areas, starting with there.
Was the doctor like the gang leader? Oh, Spruce is the unofficial mayor of Forgot. And she's backed by a peacekeeping institution that calls themselves the Four Leaf Clovers. Given AC's violent tendencies and selling of drugs, they don't get along. So for her to allow him to look around in Forgot is really abnormal. Something terrible must have happened if she's willing to give them inches.
Personally, I think it might be a ploy they made up so they could slyly expand their reach. But that's just my intuition.
Surprised I didn't hear about any of this until now.
AC's gotta project an aura of being in control if they want people to take them seriously. It makes them look bad if they can't handle some punks slicing their boys apart deep in their own backyard. They're trying to keep it under wraps until they get the guy.
Let's see. Anyways, back to Rich. Can you tell me where he lives?
Oh, right. Got a map? I can show you where it is.
No, another settlement needs your help. Here, I'll mark it on your map. Hand her my hand-drawn map. She furrows her brow a little at it, but regardless, marks a spot with an X.
As for Pucks, as I said, I don't know much about him. I think he lives in Junks. But good luck finding him. The place is big and he mostly keeps to himself, it seems. Don't know what kind of brain damage you'd have to live there, though. Maybe that's mean. Something genuinely might have fallen on his head over there. I probably shouldn't say things like that.
It's like every shitty convenience store. You can always tell when it's bad. Or not convenience store. I guess strip mall store. Where you can tell where everything's just stacked upon stacks of each other. Just waiting for it to fall over and knock some kid in the head. I understand what you mean, though. I don't want to live in a place where garbage and junk falls from the sky. Not that I have much room to talk, I guess. You literally live in the sewage district. He lives in the junk district. You're not different. Because you live in the shit yard, right? I have a smell? What? You don't... have to say all of that. Anyways, I think I have what I need for now. Thank you so much for your help, Marissa.
No problem.
You're gonna try to poison me with your freak meat. It's a slog of a journey to Forgot, and following the vague directions the map provides certainly does not make it any better. I really should have had a more detailed map sometime. Why is this place called Forgot anyways? I really wish I remembered. It's almost like she...
I'm gonna kill myself.
Forgot.
Kill yourself.
I think about that every day, sir.
You're not supposed to agree.
Vulcan, look at the game I'm playing! You think I want to be happy right now playing this game? We're
Is that a
here
trick
for...
question?
We're here for darkness. That was wise. See, it's a funny story, actually. The story goes that the name comes from a kerfuffle that happened forever ago, back when the originals were laying the foundations of the boarding. By that, I don't mean the buildings and stuff. They were found where they are. Wasn't really fit for life though, so the originals were tasked with making it livable. Eventually, once things were settled, the originals began sectioning off the boarding into districts, being named by whoever was appointed to run that particular district. Forgot, before it was named Forgot, was established by Saren Butcher Hodgkins, who's best friends with Junks, founder Possum Bradley. Neither were people of good reputations. The two went on celebratory romp with some jugs of potato rum and their homemade chemical concoction, a drug that would eventually go on to be called the canned heat. Anyways, as you might have heard earlier, stuff falls from the sky in Junks. Well, at the time, it had not happened yet. There was garbage there, but no one had ever seen it fall from the sky. Can you see where this is going? A porcelain pug dog about half the size of a person fell right on Butcher's head while he was taking a massive huff of canned heat, exploding on impact in a mess of shards. Miraculously, Butcher survived, but with permanent memory loss. And so, when it came to officiate the naming of his district, they asked him what he'd like to call it. I forgot. I don't really care. Dude, it's like Hell, Michigan. Or wherever it is. What should we name this place? I don't know. Name it whatever the hell you want. And
Sorry to interrupt, but I gotta go for the night, man.
Alright, man. Take care.
Peace. Have a good one. Enjoy your weird ass novel.
Yay. I will.
Peace.
And so, one of his subordinates got a little creative with the styling and named it Forgot was born. Bonus fact, canned heat went on to become an extremely powerful substance, as some blame Butcher's survival on the drug's supposed side effect of near invulnerability. The AC gang apparently has a cornerstone on the market and charge a premium for it, though people have made up their own cheaper concoctions in an attempt to approximate it. I don't recommend trying it, especially the homebrew kind. Stuff that can melt your nose clean off, and moreover, it does not make you invincible. It can make you numb to pain, or at least that's Bruce's conclusion on the matter. Sorry, sometimes I have too much fun thinking about stuff I've learned, says the amnesiac. The boarding isn't a nice place to live, exactly, but it has character to it. Its history, especially. I wonder if there's any nice place to live in this place. I shouldn't waste so much time expositioning, though. I'll be in a lot of trouble if I run into an AC gang patrol. Careful not to make too much noise as I close the door behind me. No interest in being hassled by the ACs. I just want to find Rich and get out of here. Ideally, I should try not to spend too long in one place. I haven't run into anyone yet, but who knows? This building is kind of big. What could be hiding here? Hopefully just Rich. The walls are scuffed and filthy, with peeling paint that flicks off like petals on a dying flower. A musty smell of mold, and mother knows how many years of dust have been clinging for dear life, waiting for the living to send it flying. Less graffiti than I've expected, though. People with creative bones usually get a lot of inspiration from terrible places, it seems like. Oh, now, there's something. The entrance hallway. These terminate in this odd junction between rooms. A small set of stairs leading to darkness. The matron's seal has been painted on the door above and splatters of red paint. I really do not like this place. Something about it makes the hairs on my neck stand at attention. That sounds like a time to save. I feel like a rat in a starving cat's house. Nothing to be done, though. I have to keep moving before terror paralyzes me. Whap whap. Immediately, I begin to regret not having thought to bring my lantern. Already at a fork in the road, with each path obscured in shadow. Which way should I go? Always go right, is literally the right way. Oh, good news and bad news. Good news? This place is the right path. The place on the right path has some light. I can see! Bad news, it's a dead end. Something terrible is going to happen. How profound, moron. Touch my pee-pee. Mother Matron forever. Nothing worth living for. Ghost with a gun. Fantastic luck on my part. Lots of things to look at here, though. Some kind of artwork I expect to see earlier. Just absolute mounds of scribbles and scrawls. Some intricate and beautiful, others inelegant and blunter than a hammer. Some people find this stuff ugly and repulsive. I can understand why, but at the same time, there's an incredible amount of honesty in it. Even if it's inelegant, even in its inelegance, there can be something beautiful to it. Pure desire to make a mark on the world and have someone recognize it. To have someone recognize a pure expression of you, or at least a part of you. Or maybe it's just all scribbles on a wall and I'm reading deeply into it. Or deeply into nothing. I'm not sure what message I'm to glean from the ghost with a gun. I could probably think of some meanings if I had the time to think on it. I don't know. I don't get to talk to that many people, so maybe that's why I'm drawn to defacements like this. It's like I'm getting to chat with strangers, hearing the most important things on their mind right at the moment they were here. Something terrible is going to happen. Mother Matron forever. AC for life. That one looks relatively fresh. Your mother is going to happen. Touch my pee-pee. Okay. Maybe I wouldn't want to meet some of these people. Huh? Something on the sink catches my eye. A twinkle from the light shining through the window. Huh. Razor blade. Rusty. Why do I find this so interesting? I want to pick it up for some reason. Shoot my hand towards it, something in the air. A likely buzz that hovers just above the quiet. tremor in the air around my head. Before I can pull back, I already picked up the razor blade. Huh? My eyes! A bathroom apartment complex on the wrong side of town. Bathroom in disrepair. A woman with dark, messy hair has some white tablets in a plastic bag. She delicately pulls one from the bag and stares at it. A slurry of feelings are resting in her stomach. No blinking, her hand trembling slightly. The feeling of tiny ants hopping on and off her body, crawling around with their prickly little feet. I think we all know where this is going. For a long moment, she simply stares at the tablet. Then, part of her wakes up. Part of her that was born years ago during a party that went down in the annals of history in her mind. A place and time that will never come again. Not even processing her actions, the girl has taken a razor blade, dulled with duct tape, that she keeps in her pocket. She removes the tape of the razor. She proceeds to chop a section of the tablet. She uses a ceramic toothbrush holder to crush it into powder. Beautiful pure snow resting atop a bathroom countertop that has not been cleaned in months. Using a straw she procured from a fast food joint earlier in the day, she proceeds to huff the powder. Give me 1 second. Where's the thing? Content classification. Drugs. Done. There we go. Flame in the nostril cavity. She shuts her eyes as they roll back into her skull. Crackling fire turns to a rapid onset of rapturous ecstasy. But it's not enough. She crushes up some more. Snort. A touch of bliss licks her conscience. Then nothing. She's on the edge. She can feel it. Just a little more. Snort, snort, cough, sputter, cough. Is that enough? No. More. More! One last tablet. For sure this time. Process repeats, and it's up her nose before she can comprehend how many has gone up there already. And then, there it is. She can no longer feel like she's in a filthy bathroom. She feels like she's ascending. She passes by Icarus, and then the sun. She waves at angels at heaven's door. Vacuumous space welcomes her with open arms. A night sky behind her eyes that comes when the drug is in her system. Feeling that everything is fine. The party is back on. The music is loud and thumping. And then the girl loses balance. She stumbles and falls headfirst into the door with a loud bang. She's jittering like a roach in bleach. That's an analogy. Someone's banging on the door. She cannot say a word. Yay! I got an achievement. Alright, won't hear anymore. Boop. Ugh. I feel so funky. My head is swimming. What just happened to me? Did I black out? Is that the thing I heard about? When you're so tired you start to dream while you're awake? Ugh, I need to get a grip. I should keep moving. Make my way back the way I came. Well, logic would dictate that the right way would be forward if it was a dead end, so let's go left. I find myself trudging down a very dark hallway, only faintly lit by a light at the end of the hallway. I walked slowly and carefully, trying to avoid any obstacles obscured by darkness. My hand crawling the wall like spiders for guidance. Texture is rough beneath my fingertips, oddly comforting. As I make my way towards the light at the end, my hands reach into nothingness, which nearly causes me to panic and fall. I couldn't see it at first, but there was a path hiding to the right, waiting to an ambush. Nothing's there I could see except more shadow. Soft darkness waiting for me to wade in its waters. If I go down that direction anyways, what should I do? Till the light. The lit room at the end of the hallway is a dead end. A surprisingly large room with nothing in it. It's probably some kind of storage room? I'm surprised no one made it their home, though. People kill each other in Bricktown over rooms a quarter this size. Huh. There's a hole in the wall here, apparently. Did it used to lead somewhere? Doesn't matter now, I guess. Just go back the other way, down the side hall. Nothing for me in this direction. Think that, but then something catches my eye. Huh. One of those heartbeat listening things. Odd place for one of those to be, though. Maybe Spruce might want it. I should take it with me. Reaching my hand towards it, something in the air. A ugly buzz that hovers just above the quiet. Tremor in the air around my hand. Before I can pull back, I've already picked it up. Whoa. Whoa! A sterile room. It sits in a nexus for the lost and destitute. A woman sits there. A bundle of nerves. What a way to describe somebody. Her eyes scan the room. The walls are bare and safe for that strange symbol that the nexus for the lost and destitute had a fixation for. Cabinets to the other side of the room must be full of that shit they inject into you when you overdose. An undo button of sorts, she thinks to herself. Girl ponders how much money must have been spent in vain attempts to prolong the lives of people like herself. People so helplessly stuck in their own brain or cruel chemistry in their own body cannot help but pursue self-destruction. People who carelessly treat their lives just as disposable as tissue. People willing to burn every bridge, turn over every stone, leverage every asset. All for just one more time. Hospitals and medicines, as far as Loretta was concerned, were for people far more deserving. People that will actually get better. People that actually want to get better. Not filth like her. Part of her wishes her mother had just given her up on her for her own good. Then it would be easier for Loretta to off herself in peace with a cosmic high so strong it would pulverize her soul into shards of glass and fry her brain like an omelet. And her useless, selfish little heart could finally rest. Boy, I know how to pick games, don't I, guys? That kind of death. Or even better, or where she simply never existed. These kinds of thoughts were medicinal for Loretta. When things were at the worst, she simply could retreat into a reality where she simply never was. And those that she hurt would live unsullied, beautiful lives, where every goal was achieved, goals impeded by Loretta's existence. And who knows? Maybe she found a place where no one could find her. She could turn this world into that reality yet. One beautiful explosion of euphoric chemicals that would make rock stars blush. Then, thoughts were interrupted. The door opens. Doctor walks in. His face stiff, lips pressed in a small, tight frown. He's rehearsed in the mirror, but performance anxiety still grips him.
So, what's wrong with me, Doc? Sheena's been saying it's just withdrawal, but this doesn't feel like it. I'm worried it's something worse.
I'm not sure how to tell you this, Loretta, but you're pregnant.
She looks at the doctor, struck with consternation.
What?
You're pregnant. We'll have to do an ultrasound to figure out how long you've been pregnant for, but pregnant all the same.
How is this possible? How could I not know?
It's rare, but still more common than you might realize. It's called a cryptic pregnancy.
A cryptic pregnancy. A woman's brain explodes in panicked pulses of memory. Dingy rooms, memories of pills, burning nostrils. Enough to kill a racehorse, friend remarks. These are still breathing.
There's no way. There's absolutely no way.
Would you like me to show you the blood test results?
More memories assault her mind. Don't care if it kills me. It's one less shitty person in the world. It's the only thing that helps anyone. Leave me alone. I'll do whatever you want. I need it, please. This is my life to ruin, not yours.
Fuck you and your tests. You're lying to me. You're fucking with me.
Loretta, I'm really sorry you had to find out like this, but it's the truth. You're going to have a baby.
Doctor's face is stone. He's as serious as he can be.
There's no fucking way.
Do you need a moment to yourself?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Doctor goes to leave. He stops, looks back at the woman for a moment. Then he leaves, closing the door behind him. The woman is alone. She feels more alone than she ever has before. She feels like a brick, drowning slowly. Wow. I think I've gone insane. Or I'm on the cusp of it. Lovely. Do I even want to try to make sense of what I just saw? Later. In a place that's less creepy than this, preferably. I go back and head down the hall I walked past before. Side room in the darkness eventually leads to an edge that's lit by a small window. A single doorway. Glimpsing out of the window. I think I'm on the second or third floor? It's a little hard to tell for sure. Wasn't I just underground or something? I didn't even go up any stairs. This building doesn't make a lot of sense to me. More artwork too. These drawings seem mostly done with chalk or very thin paint. Some of it seems to glow faintly in the dark. A message too. Come to the river. Pick yourself a body bag. Lovely. I really shouldn't stick around long, but for some reason I feel like I want to examine this room closer. Let's do it. Can't help it. I have to look around here. Something's calling me. Look around carefully, shuffling around pieces of broken glass, torn carpet, sort of trash left behind. Signs of a life long moved on. Now that I'm paying more attention, there's an odor in here. It's faint, but what glimpses of it my nostrils have are repulsive. What the fuck is this? I mean, fuck! I nearly jump out of my own skin at the sight of this desiccated skeleton of something. A rat, maybe? Ugh. Who knows how long it's been here? Next to it is a note scrawled on dirty cardboard in a manic hand. I'm too curious. I spent this long searching on nothing but a hunch. Maybe the note's what I've been looking for. I haven't eaten in weeks. My stomach hurt a lot. Found a dead rat. Probably scurried around from the butcher. Clawed these walls till it died hungry. Itchy scratchy. No one found it in the dark except for flies and me. Flies ate and ate and ate and fucked and ate and laid eggs all inside its guts. Dead and rotting, its eyes melted out of its head. Lots of eggs. Yummy eggs. Dotting its skin like grains of rice. I ate it. My tummy stopped hurting. I feel alive again. But now my stomach is going buzzy buzzy. Buzzy 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 buzzy. Please stop. Buzzy 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 buzzy. I regret doing this. I drop the filthy note on the ground and begin to walk around before the light catches my eye. Shine that pokes my retina for attention. It looks like some kind of pamphlet? Is that Mother Matron's symbol? That's... oh, what's that doing there? Society for Innate Relief. Learn to live with yourself again. Reaching my hands towards it, something in the air. Ugly buzz that hovers just above the quiet. A tremor in the air around my hand. Before I can pull back, Mari picked up the paper. Oh, here we go again, boys! You ain't happy till you fricassee someone's brain. Hallway. It sits in a nexus for the lost and destitute. A shelter for broken and vulnerable that can't let go. In that same hallway on a wooden chair sits a woman. She has dark messy hair. A t-shirt bearing artwork commemorating the tour of a long-forgotten band from decades ago. The radio stopped whispering their tunes, but in her mind, they're full volume on repeat. Background noise to a party that she wishes never stopped. Good times, long gone. She looks at the pamphlet she was handed during orientation. Not even worth the paper it's printed on, she thinks to herself. She throws the pamphlet into a trash can down the hall in a faux basketball toss and sighs. She's not noticed, but a younger girl with blonde hair and a sweater has taken a seat next to her. She sits there idly for a moment, expecting the dark-haired woman to acknowledge her. However, the woman with the dark hair is lost in space. At least 2 minutes into a song about someone in the corner, spotlight, losing their religion. Oh my god. Really? Okay. The world around her might as well not even have existed. Unfettered, the girl with blonde hair and the sweater speaks.
So, what are you here for?
The girl is unflappable.
That's okay. You don't have to tell me.
Pause, then...
Meth.
Huh?
That's what I'm here to kick. Wasn't my idea, but... my folks got worried about me. What? Expecting someone more ghoulish?
No, it's not that.
I'm just teasing you.
She was oddly plucky. She did not immediately seem to exhibit the signs of long-term meth abuse. Compared to friends the dark-haired girl had in the past that were on it, she kept herself together rather well. Maybe it was that sickeningly positive attitude. Though, now the cat was out of the bag, there was a slight gauntness to her cheeks, tiredness to her eyes. Suddenly, the subtle details became more obvious. The woman with dark hair is pensive. The armor on her tongue suddenly cracks as the blonde girl looks at her warmly.
Oxy. My mom dropped me off here.
I see. That's rough. A cousin of mine died from that stuff.
The plucky girl nods in understanding. She flashes a bright smile at the girl with the dark hair.
What's your name?
The girl waits a moment, thoughtful, then...
Loretta.
I'm Sheena. Nice to meet you.
Okay, so this is interesting. All these things are related to Loretta. What in the world? Where was that? When was that? Why did I see that? Am I losing it? You should get moving. This place is getting to me. Gotta get rich and get out of here. Through the darkness, I find a winding stairway looming into the void. After following the winding staircase, which is a strange absence of landing, I finally reached the bottom. The acid in my legs burning brightly after all those stairs, though I'm thankful they were downward. It is a small room, fortunately brightly lit by the light from the outside. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Ugh. This place seems a little better. The warmth of the light coming from the windows is comforting. Okay. So, just saved. That's probably a good place to call it. I've been going for about 2 hours. Let me actually check mine. Yep, 2 hours and about a minute. So, here's what we'll do. Go here. We'll turn off the game sound. And we'll turn that on. Thank you for anyone that came out to watch. I don't know if there's like a particular like schedule I have planned other than the 3 days a week. I might stream at some point for the rest of the week. I'm not sure. It'll probably be this game or something else. So, to just keep abreast of that, I was gonna say follow. I feel weird asking people to follow. I just kind of want it to be like, if people want it, then they are more than welcome to follow. I don't really want to ask. Kind of the same vein if you want to call people your viewers and not your fans. But... what is there to say? I did start up a Discord. It's the link down in the part of the video. For both Twitch and YouTube. It's functional. I've got channels in there if you want to come hang out. I always love to make friends, so if you just want to chill or shoot the shit, or if you have any ideas for games, I mean, I don't have a lot of money for this, but I'll always take ideas and feedback. But with that, thank you so much for watching if you did. Starting out, just... let's put it this way. I get excited for one view on a video I've done on YouTube. And I saw like 23 people watched a clip I made. That is just astounding to me, and it's just fantastic. So, I mean, pretty much every streamer says thank you for watching and all that, but I really do mean it. It's certainly a perspective when you actually do the things. So, with that, there's nothing much else to talk about. This will go up on YouTube and all that jazz. Thank you for stopping by. Take care, everybody.
Fucking jockey with a
How
grenade.
fast can I kill Rochelle with this?
Kill secured.
Answer's pretty fast.
Hey,
Are you teabagging her?
Back up.
Anyway, let's go do something.
Don't worry, Rochelle. I got you. Oh wait, hold on. All right. Oh, whoops. Hear that charger? Plunging attack!
I'm high.
Oh, there's a hunter here too.
It's a
This cannot be done. There's no second chance. Upon this realization, purge. Okay, heads up. I'm finally gonna test out the raid feature and raid into my buddy Doomikins. He's playing D&D. I am overtaken by the. He's going to be. God, that scared me on my end. God damn it, dude! That scared the shit out of me. He's playing. What was it? It was Eric John Yusupov the 17th. That's got like 3 different references in it on our end. Maybe one day I'll tell that story with him. So yeah, hopefully that'll work.
So,
Alrighty.
numerous games and contests take place during the day. You're welcome to join in them. They're not exactly, rigorously organized. They're there for